Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Fellowship Friday. As you can see, I am in my classroom. If you look, you see I'm setting up my lab for Avid for my kids. That's all my stuff. I'm getting it ready. Of course, I got my champs on the board. Yeah, I'm moving a lot. I do apologize, but there's my champs. Soon I will have my wicker posters up and we will be ready to go. I've got my PowerPoint ready for the first day and my syllabus ready to be printed as soon as I get it translated into Spanish. Today on Fellowship Friday, I want to talk about that fellowship is not always convenient. And case in point, last night I was just going through some things and having an emotional moment. And I had to stop and fellowship with God, because if I hadn't, and I'd let those feelings and those emotions fester and I'd let them set in my mind and take control and take root, then they would have had a field day. And not because of anything other than my flesh trying to take over, the enemy planting thoughts, but in the midst of it all, there was this urgency and this unction within me to sit up in the middle of my bed, in the middle of the night, in the dark, grab my phone and write my prayer, and then put it in my electronic journal this morning. But had I not been obedient, had I not fellowshipped with God last night, it could have gone another way. And I say that because we think that so many times when we miss a time to fellowship, not only with people, but with God, or when we are needing to spend time, fellowship with God, in our daily devotion, and we think, oh, I can skip this time, I can skip this day, or I don't need to do it right now, that it'll be okay. It will not. That may be the time that your test, that may be the time that the temptation comes, that may be the time that your flesh tries to take over, and you have to be ready and prepared to go on the spiritual attack in order to stop that from taking hold and gaining a foothold in your life. I say that because if we allow those thoughts, if we allow the feelings, if we allow the emotions to fester, we allow them to take root in our minds and in our lives, then they can quickly take over. There's a specific type of plant or a specific type of grass that if you put it on a lawn, it will eventually take over everything. And when it takes over, it is hard to get rid of. And we don't want that type of spiritual attack or spiritual emotions taking hold and taking over, and then they're hard to get rid of, and it takes a moment to get them out of our lives. No, we need to be aware of them, and when we need to go on the defensive. We need to be proactive and not procrastinate and not wait to deal with it later. If nothing else, if you are at work and in the middle of a meeting and you have this attack and you can't step out and you can't go anywhere, quickly in your mind and quickly, under your breath, say a breath prayer. Lord Jesus, Son of David, have mercy on me. Be still and know that I am God. These are things that we can say to ourselves, that we can say under our breath, and nobody knows that we're saying them. And we can sit there and we can go on the defensive, and we can be proactive and react in a way that will allow us to be blessed and favored. So on this hashtag Fellowship Friday, hashtag hold on, I'm going to put Jesus on that. All issues, hashtag you've been released. Remember that you have to be proactive, you have to be reactive and not procrastinate, and you have to be spending quality time, fellowship with God, not seeing it as an inconvenience or something that is just getting in the way. Have a wonderful day, and I will see you on tomorrow.